Hey Griffin, so it's day 10 of your computer science work. We're going to look at the code test debug method, okay? Remember, the code test debug method is a way of testing your code or coding, testing, and then debugging your code that needs to be done in chunks, okay? What I mean by chunks is you do a small piece, test it, debug. Do a small piece, test it, debug if you need to, okay? That's what we call incremental coding, okay? Coding done in tiny pieces, checked for bugs, and then you continue on with the code after you check a little bit of it, okay? Why is it important that we use the method? Well, we want to catch errors before they become a big issue, right? If I have over 10,000 lines of code, okay, it's gonna be really hard to catch that one little error versus like all the other ones that may pop up because of it, okay? Why is incremental code important? It says it's important because we want to code in tiny pieces. When we do that, we can catch bugs and mistakes easier rather than coding a ton of lines than trying to catch the mistakes like I just said. So today you're going to be looking at some scenarios of a programmer named Bill coding. You're going to explain whether or not he used the CTD method and whether or not he incrementally coded. So let's look at some practice problems here. Bill is coding a new monster for his project. He decides to begin by just coding the entire project before he checks for errors, right? So he codes this entire project of his monster before he checks for errors. Did he use the code test debug method? Why or why not? Well, if he coded the entire thing before he tested, he did not, right? Because he just coded it, didn't even test it at all. And then when he goes to debug it, he may have like over 100 errors. Did he use the incremental coding? Well, obviously not, right? Because he coded the entire thing before he even checked for errors, right? Or before he even ran the code. So he doesn't even know if it has errors by the time he finishes. So you would explain your thinking, okay, and your logic within these lines here, okay? So reading the situation, knowing your knowledge of code test debug and incremental coding, did Bill use them? Okay. Good luck.